Chapter 2. Confession of Faults. That I may fully grasp that jewel, the mind, I worship here the Tathagatas, and the flawless jewel, the true Dharma, and the sons of the Buddhas, who are oceans of virtue. As many blossoms and fruits and medicinal herbs as there are, as many jewels as there are in the world, and clear, refreshing waters, along with jewel-formed mountains and other places delightful in solitude, the forest groves, creepers brilliant with beautiful flowers, their ornaments, and trees, boughs bowed low under weight of full fruit, and from the worlds of gods and celestials, scent and incense, magical trees that fulfill every wish, and trees laden with gems, lakes adorned with lotuses, where the calls of the geese steal the heart beyond bounds. Plants which grow wild, and those which are sown, and whatever else might adorn the honourable, and all those things unowned within the boundaries of the breadth of space. See, in my mind I take hold of all these, and present them to the bulls amongst sages and their sons. With great compassion, tender toward me, may those most worthy of gifts accept these from me. I have no merit. I am completely destitute. I have nothing else to offer in worship. So, through their power, may the Lords resolved on the well-being of others accept this for my well-being. I give my entire self wholly to the conquerors and to their sons. Take possession of me, sublime beings. Out of devotion I am your slave. You take possession of me. I become fearless. I act for the benefit of beings. I leave behind previous wrongdoing completely. Never again shall I do another wrong. In those sweet-smelling bath-houses where canopies gleam with pearls, over delightful pillars, brilliant with gems, rising up from mosaic floors of clear, brilliant crystal, from many pots encrusted with enormous gems, filled with exquisitely fragrant water and flowers, see, I bathe the Tathagatas and their sons to the accompaniment of songs and music. I wipe down their bodies with cloths beyond compare, scented, cleansed of impurities. Then I present them with the finest robes, richly dyed and fragrant. With each and every celestial garment, soft, smooth, of many-coloured splendor, and with choice ornaments, I adorn Samantabhadra, Ajita, Manjughosha, Lokeshvara, and other bodhisattvas. With the costliest perfumes, their fragrance pervading the entire universe of 3,000 worlds, I anoint the bodies of all the lords of sages, brilliant with the lustre of gold, well heated, polished, and cleansed. I glorify the most glorious lords of sages with all sweetly scented blossoms, delightful to the mind, celestial flowers, jasmine, blue lotus, and others, and with garlands alluringly arranged. I envelop them in heady clouds of incense, rich, pervading, and aromatic. I make them an offering of foods, soft and hard, and many kinds of drink. I offer bejeweled lamps, arrayed in rows on golden lotuses, and on the mosaic floors, sprinkled with perfume, I strew lovely drifts of flowers. To those formed of goodwill I also offer those shining clouds that are celestial palaces, ornamented at the entrances in the 4 directions, splendid with pendulous ropes of pearls and precious stones, entrancing with songs and poems of praise. Now, for the great sages, I set up splendid, bejeweled umbrellas, encrusted with pearls, fully raised on beautifully formed shafts of gold. Hereafter may heady clouds of worship arise, and clouds of instrumental music thrilling every being. May flowers and jewels and other offerings rain down incessantly upon the chaityas, images, and all the jewels which make up the true Dharma. Just as Manjughosha and others following him have worshipped the conquerors, so I too worship the Tathagatas, who are protectors, and their sons. I praise the oceans of virtue with hymns that are a sea of notes and harmonies. Let clouds of chanted praise arise no differently among them. With as many prostrations as there are atoms in all the Buddha fields, I throw myself down before the Buddhas of all 3 times, before the Dharma and before the highest assembly. I worship all chaityas and places associated with the Bodhisattva. I bow down to my teachers and to spiritual aspirants who are worthy of praise. As far as the seat of the awakening, I go to the Buddha for refuge. I go for refuge to the Dharma and to the assembly of Bodhisattvas. To the perfect Buddhas arrayed in all directions, and also to the Bodhisattvas of great compassion, holding my hands together in reverence, I declare, throughout the beginningless cycle of existence, and again in this very birth, the evil I, a brute, have done or caused, or anything I, deluded, have rejoiced in to my own detriment, I confess that transgression, tormented by remorse. The harm I have done in arrogance to the 3 jewels, or to my mothers or fathers, or to others worthy of respect with body, speech, and mind, the cruel evil I have wickedly done, corrupted by many faults, O leaders, I confess it all. How can I escape it? I am continually in a state of alarm. O leaders, let death not come too soon to me before my mass of evil is destroyed. How can I escape it? Rescue me quickly, lest death come swiftly before my evil is destroyed. This death pays no heed to what is done or undone, a killer of security, not to be trusted by those sick or well, a shattering thunderbolt from nowhere. I did evil in many ways on account of friends and enemies. This I did not understand. I must abandon all and go. Those I loathe will die. Those I love will die. I too will die, and all will die. Everything experienced fades to memory. Everything is like an image in a dream. It is gone and is not seen again. Even in this life, as I have stood by, many loved and loathed have gone. But the evil occasioned by them remains ghastly before me. Just like them, I am a fleeting wraith. This I failed to recognize. In delusion, yearning, and aversion, I did evil many times. Night and day, without respite, more of life is lost. It never gets longer. Surely will I not die? Though here laid on my bed, though in the midst of family, it is alone that I must endure the agony of the throes of death. For one seized by the messengers of death, what good is a relative? What good a friend? At that time, merit alone is a defense, and I have not acquired it. By clinging to this transient life, not recognizing this danger, heedless, O lords, I have acquired great evil. Even someone taken away today to have a limb cut off withers, throat parched, gaze wretched. He sees the world in a completely different way. But that is nothing to the feverish horror which grips me, covered in my own uncontrolled excrement, as death's terrifying messengers stand over me. With cowering glances I search the 4 directions for deliverance. What saint will deliver me from this great fear? Seeing the directions devoid of deliverance, I fall into total confusion once again. What will I do then, in that state of great fear? Right now I go for refuge to the mighty protectors of the world, who have undertaken the care of the world, the conquerors who remove all fear. I also go wholeheartedly for refuge to the Dharma they have realized, which destroys the danger of cyclic existence, and to the assembly of bodhisattvas. Trembling with fear, I give myself to Samantabhadra, and again freely I give myself to Manjughosha. Terrified, I cry out in anguish to the protector Avalokita, whose conduct overflows with compassion. I have done evil. May he protect me. Seeking deliverance with all my heart, I cry out to noble Akashagarbha too, and Kshitigarbha, and all those of great compassion. I bow down to the holder of the Vajra. As soon as they see him, the ministers of death and all malign creatures flee, quaking in the four directions. I have transgressed your command. Now, at seeing the danger, terrified, I go to you for refuge. Destroy the danger quickly. Even one afraid of passing illness would not ignore the doctor's advice. How much more so one in the grip of the 404 diseases, of which just one can wipe out all the people in Jambudvipa, for which no remedy is found in any region. Yet on this I ignore the advice of the omniscient doctor who removes all barbs. Oh, there is no end to my stupidity. I stand with exceeding care even on an ordinary cliff. How much more so above a precipice of 1,000 leagues through great expanses of time? Death may not come this very day, but my complacency is ill-founded. Inevitably the time approaches when I shall die. Who has granted me impunity? How shall I escape? It is certain I shall die. How can my mind be at ease? What essence has remained mine from things I once enjoyed, now perished, for which my infatuation led me to ignore the advice of my teachers? Leaving behind this world of the living, along with relatives and intimates, wherever I go, I shall go alone. What to me are all those I love or loathe? Rather, at all times, night and day, my sole concern should be this: suffering is the inevitable result of wrong. How can I escape it? Whatever evil I, a deluded fool, have amassed, what is wrong by nature and what is wrong by convention, see, I confess all that as I stand before the protectors, my palms together in reverence, terrified of suffering, prostrating myself again and again. Let the leaders accept my transgression for what it is. It is not good, O protectors. I must not do it again.